Hi and welcome to Shree Learning Academy. We are exploring impersonation today. Quick note, we offer private training. If you want more personalized guidance, just reach us on WhatsApp. Now let's get started. What is impersonation? Have you ever received a message from someone claiming to be a friend but something just felt off? Or maybe you have seen a fake account pretending to be a celebrity. Well, that's called impersonation. When someone pretends to be another person to deceive others. Impersonation can happen anywhere, online, over the phone, or even in person. And most of the time, the goal is to trick people into giving away personal information, money, or access to something valuable. So, how do fraudsters actually pull this off? Well, they use different tricks to make you believe they are someone you trust. For example, they might pretend to be a company executive urgently asking an employee for help, a friend or family member claiming to be in trouble and needing money fast, or even a bank representative requesting sensitive information like your password or account details. They create a sense of urgency, pressure you to act quickly, and hope you won't stop to question what's really going on. Now let's take an example of impersonation. Imagine you receive a call from someone claiming to be a doctor at a hospital. They tell you that your relative has been in an accident and needs immediate medical treatment, but you must send some money first. In panic, you might transfer the money without verifying the caller's identity. Later, you realize that your relative was never in the hospital and you have lost your money to a scammer. This is a classic case of impersonation. So, how can you stay safe from impersonation scams? Here are a few key steps. Always verify the identity of the caller or sender. Do not share personal information with unknown people. Contact the person or organization directly to confirm if the request is genuine. Be cautious of urgent requests demanding immediate action. Let's move on to pretexting, which is a common technique used for impersonation. In simple terms, pretexting is a type of a scam where a fraudster creates a false story that is pretext to gain someone's trust and extract personal information. Unlike simple impersonation, pretexting involves a well-planned lie that makes the victim believe the scammer is legitimate. So how do these scammers operate? Well, they might use different strategies such as pretend to be from an IT department and ask for your login credential, pose as a surveyor asking for personal details under the pretense of conducting research, claim to be from a financial institution verifying your bank account details. To understand pretexting better, let's look at the real-world example. You receive an email that appears to be from your company's HR department, complete with the company logo and signature from a familiar HR representative. The email states that due to a system upgrade, all employees must verify their personal details, including their social security number and bank account information, to avoid the payroll disruptions. To add urgency, the message warns that the failure to respond within 24 hours could result in delayed salary payments. Trusting the legitimacy of the request, you click to the provided link, which takes you to a web page that looks identical to your company's internal portal. You enter your information, believing it's a routine update. Later, you notice unauthorized withdrawals from your bank account, but by the time you realize what happened, the scammers have already used your information to commit the identity theft and financial fraud. This is a classic example of pretexting where scammers fabricate a believable story to trick you into providing confidential information. Now that you know how pretexting works, let's talk about how you can protect yourself from falling victim to these scams. Here are a few key tips. Never share sensitive information unless you are sure about that person's identity. Verify requests through official company channels only. Be cautious of messages that pressure you into giving information quickly. Check for suspicious email address or phone numbers. Another common scam is brand impersonation, where scammers pretend to be a well-known company or brand to trick the people into providing personal information, making payments, or installing malware. This often happens through fake emails, websites, or phone calls that look like they are from legitimate companies. But how exactly do scammers pull this off? Here's how they do it. They create fake websites that look nearly identical to real company sites, hoping you will enter your login details. They send emails that appear legit using company logos and similar wording to trick you into the clicking and malicious links. They set up fake customer service numbers so when people call for help, the scammers steal their personal information instead. To see brand impersonation in action, let's consider this scenario. You receive a pop-up alert on your computer that looks like an official Microsoft security warning. The message claims that a dangerous virus has been detected at your system and that your personal data is at risk. It urges you to call a toll-free number immediately for assistance. Worried about losing your files? You call the number. And a person claiming to be a Microsoft technician answers and sounds professional. They tell you that they need remote access to your computer to perform a free security scan and remove the virus. Trusting them, you follow their instructions and grant them remote desktop access. Once connected, they pretend to run a scan while secretly installing malicious software that steals your personal data. They might even lock your system and demand payment to restore the access. Later, you realize that there was never a virus, only a scam designed to trick you into handing over your control of your computer. This is a classic example of brand impersonation, where scammers pose as a trusted company to deceive the victims into giving up sensitive information or access to their devices. So what can you do to stay safe from brand impersonation scam? Here are some important precautions to take. Never trust unsolicited pop-ups or calls claiming to be from Microsoft or any tech support service. Microsoft does not contact users about viruses or system users. Do not grant remote access to anyone unless you are certain they are legitimate IT professional you contacted yourself. Verify directly with Microsoft by visiting their official support website instead of calling numbers from pop-up or emails. Be cautious of urgency and scare tactics. Scammers use fear to pressure you into acting quickly without thinking. Now that we have covered these scams individually, let's break down the key differences between them. Impersonation happens when someone pretends to be another person, like a scammer calling you, claiming to be a relative in urgent need of money. Pretexting is also about creating a believable story to trick you, like a fraudster, posing as your HR department, asking for personal details under the guise of a security check. Brand impersonation occurs when scammers pose as well-known companies. For example, you might get a fake email from Netflix urging you to update your credit card details. In summary, impersonation is a broad concept with pretexting and brand impersonation being specific forms of it. The key to protecting yourself is staying alert, verifying information, and not rushing into decisions when faced with urgent or suspicious requests. Always double check before sharing sensitive details, and when in doubt, contact the company or person directly to confirm any request. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you are looking for more personalized training, contact us on WhatsApp. We offer a range of theoretical and practical courses starting at just $99. You can also find a written explanation and a quiz on your website, link in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe for more useful videos and feel free to ask any questions in the comments. We are here to help. See you in the next one.